Hello everyone, and welcome to this new video. Today actually will be a special video, not only since, as you can see, I'm in a completely new setting, which I also mentioned in the previous one, but also since this is the first video of this new series, or at least like a new season, that's correct. That's the right way to call it. Since we, as mentioned in the previous one video, the previous business actually collapsed. So I built a whole series around that, and which I in the end had to conclude that as a season of the series Road to 9 Figures. And basically in this episode will be the first one of the new season, since we founded a new company, we are building a new company, a new chapter, and that's also why we are here at this new location. So let me really quickly summarize what happened and what I mentioned in the last video, and then I will dive into this new venture, this new chapter, and what the plans will look like, also for our business as well as for the video. So really quickly to summarize what happened, basically over the past 2 years we have been building on a company called Revive, which you can find everything about in the previous season. However, that business unfortunately in the end collapsed due to a high dependency on the partner where we were working with, who in the end didn't want to work with us. That's definitely unfortunate, is an understatement to say so. However, I do really believe that shit happens for a reason, and that turned out not to be the right vehicle for us. And we learned so much from it, and that's especially the thing I wanted to point out, that the lessons we learned from that, and also all in all that we learned over the past couple of years, since it has been 5 years right now that we're active in this space. I think almost 6 already, and I'm talking about me and my brother. And it's time to reap the fruits of the labor that we have been putting in, all the lessons that we have learned. And I think this vehicle to transition into where we are right now is the right vehicle to do so. So basically we are launching a new supplements, a dog nutrition brand, where we want to start with supplements, and from there we can build it out to basically everything that has to do with the nutrition of our dog. It's positioned as a supplement that takes care of the overall well-being of your dog. We call it basically the daily essentials, in which we are selling in enhancements to the nutrition that a dog already is consuming, based on the deficits that a usual dog has when only consuming regular kibble. We took a look at that and determined, like, these are the specific nutritions that a dog lacks, and there are a lot of consequences due to that. And we basically created a supplement that includes all of those specific nutrients in the right portions, and that's basically what we would love to bring to market. We are starting in the Dutch market, and we actually launched this week. It was on my birthday that we launched. We are currently talking on the 24th of May 2026, and on the 20th of May 2026, so my 22nd birthday, we launched. We also had our first sale actually pretty quickly, but from there we spent a couple hundreds of euros in ad spend with only 3 sales. So we decided that it's the right step to turn off the ads again, and reposition ourselves, and try to take a look at the data. What is it that goes wrong? Since like CAC was way too high, of course, we were on 0.3 ROAS, and see, okay, what is the reason that those metrics are off, and how can we improve that? And that's basically what we did just discussed, after, to really quickly mention, a beautiful weekend which we had. Since last night we stayed a bit up north here on the island, currently in Bali, by the way. I didn't actually mention that, but I will show you really quickly how the setup is looking like. And we had a great weekend there, and after which we we had some time to reflect again and are ready to work. Yeah, and pick the work up again next week. So with that being said, I would love to show you really quickly how it looks right now over here, the setup, and why we chose to take this specific step in this new environment. So as you can see, this is basically how the setup looks like. Here's where I'm seated. That's my brother's place. And yeah, basically we're staying in this villa. Don't mind this, this was for my birthday, but this is the setup. We stay here, we basically, order all the food all day and make sure we are properly set. And that's also the reason why we actually determined, like you still can see like all the bags of food that we ordered over here. The reason why we moved to this specific place, Bali, it has been it's the fourth time right now that we are here, but it's basically perfect for the stage that we are in our personal and business career, and that also turned out to be a really great choice since we have been here right now for 3 weeks, actually exactly 3 weeks today, and it just feels so aligned to be here again, and everything falls at its place. So truly happy about that move, that change of scenery. Was the right move to make, the right step to take, and would actually, if I could give a quick advice, also advise every single one of you to do so. Every now and then, when you feel it's time for a new step, changing the scenery can do a lot. So if there's something you could take away, try to do so when it's the right time to do so for you personally. So here we quickly mapped out what the plans are. So we are planning a relaunch. Like, I don't want to go too deep into detail, but we basically noted down what we wanted to do, have to get done before we are relaunching the ads again. And from there, you see like some objectives. So we would love to take up the 1K, 5K, 10K, and 20K days as soon as possible. What is needed to determine to the next phase, like in a bit of a bigger picture. So what is needed for us to go from where we are right now to the actual 10K days, which I think, is considered to be the next phase. But first of all, for that, we need to get some message market fit and actually get some momentum in. But that's basically what we did, and we are truly confident that this approach, where we basically are planning to work in specific sprints, so take a look at the data for only like a couple days and really make moves that could have direct impact on the short term. And then I'm basically referring to our acquisitions. So we want to take a look at, okay, this is the data that we have. Think of conversion rate, AOV, CTR, like basically everything that is acquisition related, and see, okay, what are the metrics that are off, and then determine what to do. And then also, again, review what the data is saying and see whether the things that we changed actually had the impact we expected it to have and we wanted it to have. And from there, we can steer the wheel all the time until we find the right path, and then we can crush it. So that's basically the idea. So even though, the actual statistics, the performance has been far from what we need and far from what we are looking for, we are confident that we could get that to work. So, with that being said, that's also kind of how the plans for the upcoming weeks will look like. We will continue doing this, the exact framework that I just explained, until we get actually some significant results. And I think that would, result into 1K days. That will be the next step, and then we can conclude that that first message market fit is actually there. And from there, I think the way towards 10K days will be pretty open for us. But let's first make sure that the 1K days are getting in, and we do so on a profitable manner. And from there, I think we can scale relatively fast. So with that being said, that's also really quickly how the plans for these videos will look like. We'd love to take you guys along this journey, this new season, this new venture, this new business, this new adventure. And we'll do so step by step, every step along the way. And that's also why I wanted to record this video, since this is actually, as mentioned, this is just after the launch. which wasn't a success, but we learned from it. We got in the data that we needed. We know, or we think to know, what we have to change, and we are going to focus on that and see what the results from there will be. So yeah, I will share with you once there is any specific significant news on that, and other than that, you will just see us here working to get things done and to get closer to the venture that we eventually would love to build. And again, I will take you guys along that journey. So with that being said, we'll be wrapping up this video for today, and I'd love to see you guys in the next one. Ciao, ciao.